Hey, now that we did Pokemon Let's Go, let's go, haha, do some fucking tier lists, because why not? Anyway, music on. So, speaking of tier lists and rivals, we're doing Pokemon Rival 1. Alright. So where the hell do we want to start? Do we want to start with Gen 1? I think starting with Gen 1 makes it easy. Okay. So, Gary motherfucking Oak, right here. Asshole. Big asshole. That's the point. That's kind of the point of him, though. Big asshole. It makes you want to be better than him, which, admittedly, good reason for a rival. I don't think he's the best, because his main gimmick is that he is an asshole. He don't really have much in the way of character development. So I think he's like what rivals should strive to be, but I don't think he's the best. Like, he's the best template for what I mean. And since he's basically the exact same in Fire Red and Leaf Green, we'll do that as well. Okay, since they're the same person. Alright. He's a good base. Yes, exactly. Silver, also an asshole, and does get character development at the very least. More so in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, but it is there a bit in normal Gold and Silver and Crystal. I think the Soul Silver one is definitely better. I think he's definitely better than Gary in that he does have, you know, development. But he does have less memes. But yes, I think for a rival. That's fair. I think Soul Silver and, well, Heart Gold, Soul, Silver is better than base, since, as I said, you do get more interactions with him. There's also the Giovanni event in Soul Silver that is not in the base Gold and Silver. So I think this works as well. I think I would say this works. Let me, there we go. Alright. Now, funnily enough, Brendan and Emerald, surprisingly an asshole. Like, I only realized this when replaying Emerald last year. He's kind of a dick. Like, he says some really kind of shitty, like, he's not as much of an asshole as Gary, but he's like a passive-aggressive asshole. Unfortunately, I don't think I can really rank May because I have not played as Brendan. I don't think her lines are the same as Brendan. I could be wrong. I'm not 100% on this. That's aggressive. Yeah, he's surprisingly an asshole, which is not really there in Auras, which we'll get to later. But I think, yeah. I said I can't really tell about me. I think I'll just put like an unranked due to inexperience. I'll make an unranked for inexperienced tier. Hold on. Alright. So, as I said, I'll put May there since I don't really know how May is like. It's been so long since I've played Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald as a male character. Wally. May tier? No, it's not just me. I've technically not fought Clara either. Yeah, Wally. Wally's not like he's a rival, yes, don't get me wrong. But like, you fight him what, twice? Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. It's not necessarily he's your rival, you're his rival. You're basically his equivalent to Blue, except you're only an asshole if you want to be. So it's like, I think it's like he's a nice character, but he's not a good rival character. I think I'll go C just because, yeah, I said you also don't really fight him often enough for him to be a true rival. It's nothing against Wally himself, but it's just he's not really much of a rival exactly. Barry. I feel like Barry is the most unsure of one in terms of how people rank. I've seen people rank him as like the worst, but people have seen him rank him as great. So it's like really complicated. How do I feel about Barry? Mixed bag. Yeah, sometimes, like... Well, something. He does get character development, although he does get his ass handed to him in order to have that character development, but it's there. But for the most part of the game, he's just like really fast. Oh, I'm gonna find you. PSP and Platinum. I think that may just be because of the fact that it's reused like the Diamond and Pearl script, whereas in obviously Platinum there's more stuff. But the thing is, there's no differentiation between BDSP and Platinum here because this is 2020, Rivals as of 2020, so. I can't really separate Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum Berry and BDSP Berry, so they kind of have to get bunched together. I don't really have much of feelings in terms of how I feel about Berry. That's the thing. It's not necessarily lacking personal experience. I played Gen 4 a lot. I just don't really feel anything in particular one way or the other about him. I guess that means he should theoretically be like mid-tier. Like B or C. Fights. Yeah, I mean, he had a Staraptor. Also, there's that mandatory double battle with him on the Moon Coronet. But yeah, you don't really... That's it. I don't really have a strong opinion on Barry. He's just there. I think he's, like, again, B or C. I guess depending on how the rest of B or C pan out, he might move around depending. But yeah, Sharon. Obviously, this is only for Black and White 1. However, I do think we should count his character in Black and White 2, same with Bianca, even though they're not rivals in that game. Since they are in those games and obviously have the character development from the first game. So even if they're not rivals in those games. Sharon. Again, these two do at least get character development. Which means they're definitely not at the bottom. Yes. Oh. Yeah, I think about this more. Because you fight them a lot, that's the thing. You fight these guys, like, considering there's 3 rivals in the game, you fight them a shitload of times. There are 5 rival fights before the first gym. Fun enough, I just did, Torture only last month. Friend your fight. That's a good way of putting it as well. It's like basically sparring partner rather than rival so much. But they do get character development. Where exactly do I want to put them? Is the tough question. Charon learns he needs. Let's see. I feel like I should have more to say about these characters, but I'm not sure. You fight them because they want to fight you. Or you have to restore progression, but shh, we're not going to take that into account. Let's see. I think B, maybe A. It depends. I'd say B's good for them. At least these two. Yes, N has like reasons to battle you and like test stuff, so he's definitely better than these two. And again, he does get character development. I think he's either A or S. I think that's fair. Character development, actual reasons to fight you, for his own development and stuff. And also, again, appeared in Black and White 2, not as a rival as well. I would say he's better than Silver. Since he's more personal compared to Silver. That's fair. Oh boy! This guy that I literally only remember for I'm about to unleash my rage. That is literally the only reason I remember Hugh. I don't think he's D tier. But he's not great considering I only remember him for a fucking a meme. No, the XY rivals. Oh boy. Well, let's start with the easiest ones. Piece of furniture, and piece of furniture. There we go. And the other two are slightly better pieces of furniture. Are they also D tier? Good question. I said they have slightly more to them than just the other three. If there was an in-between of C and D tier, then I think they could go in there. But there's not. I guess I could make that. I could just make an in-between. Just French effect for some reason. Those three, yeah. Yeah. As I said, it doesn't help that they only really have like one. Hell, I can't even fucking tell you what character trait Shauna has. Tierno at least likes dancing, and Trevor at least talks about his Pokedex. I don't know what the fuck she has. She's worse than the other two. Like, what did she talk about? I cannot tell you off the top of my head. And these two, I said, these two are better than these guys, but not by much. You know what? I'll make a D plus tier. So in the daytime. Oh yeah. Cool. Daytime fireworks. One of my favorite. Yeah, these will be D plus because they're worse than these guys, but better than these guys. Now, Oraz, Brendan, and me. Again, I'm not entirely sure if Brendan and May are particularly different in Oraz because I don't have experience. Or I do, but I've only played Oraz as Brendan once, and that was when I first got the game, so I don't remember much. So I'm gonna unrank May again. I think they made Brendan much less of an asshole in Oraz, which basically makes him more of a friend that you fight in comparison. Is he better or worse than Barry is a tough question. That's, yeah. As I said, I'm not entirely sure where to put him in terms of here. I guess I think C tier is good for him. He exists. He exists, but at least there's like a decent amount of plot relevance for him. Also, one advantage that he has in the Oraz over original Ruby and Sapphire, he actually fully evolves his starter. He is one of the rivals ever there. And Wally in Oraz. Well, he definitely feels more like a rival than his Ruby and Sapphire one does, considering he has that whole scene in Victory Road. And he has a Mega. More sad to beat him. Just beat up his Mega Evolve form. Depression. True. I said, I think he's better than his Oraz version. I think here's good. Was it distinctly better? But like, not by much. How? Man, do you like malasadas? Yeah, again, the problem with the friendly rivals is that they don't feel like rivals. They feel like just friends you fight rather than rivals, which automatically does not make them feel like good rivals. And he doesn't really have character development either. He purely talks about malasadas and he's his own tier. He does feel better in the Ultra games, and that he does feel more of an actual character in the Ultra games, which I annoyed you with his dialogue. Considering he does end up being the final, like the champion fight. I think if it wasn't for the Ultra games, he would definitely be D, but I think the Ultra games allow him to be D+. Congratulations. But hey, Gladian. I want to skip his dialogue. Well, would it be funny to tell you that I don't remember that? Maybe I skipped his dialogue too much, but I don't remember that. Is he Gladian? Actually, as a character. I will say, the one fight in the Aether House after Lily gets taken is completely worthless. Like, that fight does not need it. Does not need it at all. What he wants to say. Oh. Ah. That fight's completely unneeded, but I would say Gladian. Gladian's definitely not. He's definitely at least B, I would say, since he actually has relative, like, obviously a lot of plus in around him. He has character there's more than just edgy boy. At least B. He's not in fact friendly, but he doesn't hate you. Does that make sense? So at least he gets development and stuff. Also, So Valley's cool. If we're doing things based on their actual themes, I would totally mention that this is where I would mention that his theme incorporates part of the Fugitive's theme from Rescue Team. And since I just said that, still, there we go. There's the trivia of the day. Maybe we could do a rival theme tier list, but I don't know. But yeah, I think he's B. I think he's B. He's pretty good. Hey, like Trace from the game we just played. I mean, he at least he takes in the Cubone that doesn't have a mother. I'll give him that. But again, it's another one of those friends, not rivals type thing. Especially when, again, there's another completely there's another fight that you don't need to have with him as Cerulean. Like, that fight is completely unnecessary. He's just panicking. Soggy Blue. If I was not mean enough and also too nice. Soggy Blue. Fair. That's a good way of putting it. I think C tier. I don't think he's good enough to be B tier, but I don't know if he's good enough to be D or D+. So I don't know if he's bad enough to be D or D+. Fair enough. You know, Hop. Okay, so before he fights Bede, I think Hop is probably the most annoying of the rivals. However, after that, he does get character development. I think if it was pre-Bede here, post probably somewhere around here, not over here, probably here. So we need to figure out the law of averages. The law of averages would automatically put him in somewhere in D+ tier. That's weird. I said I didn't change anything with the volume, so that is strange that I'm sounding kind of quieter on PC. Strange. But yeah, where do we put how? Also, I just realized this tier list is symmetrical right now if I put how here in D+. Like, it's symmetrical if you cut through the middle of C tier. Yeah, that's fair. I said he does get the character development and other stuff. Crushing his dreams. I feel like he belongs in D+. Actually, I'm going to change it to D tier, and that's going to be F tier. Speed. Also an asshole. Now, where do we want to put him? Asshole. Does also get somewhat of character development. I don't think it's as much, but he does get it a little bit. He definitely makes you want to beat him because of how much of a dick he is. Which is also a sign of at least a decent rival. His theme's decent. As I said, we're not talking about themes. I just wanted to mention the fun trivia with the Gladian theme, but we're not taking the themes into account. Traditional. He's definitely the most traditional rival in recent memory. And in Marnie. Good design. But she's basically... She has like no personality outside of being nice. Like she does literally nothing outside of being nice. That's her problem. I think D's fair because of that. Was forced. Yeah. Like she is another another of the challenger for the gym challenge thingy, but it's also like she doesn't need to be. I said she's got a cool design, but she's completely unnecessary as a rival. Honestly, she'd probably just be better as a supporting character rather than a rival. Since there wouldn't be the rival expectations for her. Anyway, it's these two now. Eevee and Clara. Now, I've only played Shield. So I've only played the Shield DLC, so I've only fought Eevee. I know they're both assholes. I'll give them that. They both make you want to beat them. But there's like no... the problem is... if you do the Isle of Armor during the story, then it's just kind of like... meh, whatever. But if you do it after the story, they're not even really a challenge. So it's like... That's the issue. Like, yes, you want to fight them because of how much of an asshole they're being. But at the same time, they're not strong enough to be rivals. It's like they're there so that the DLC can say that there was a rival. They're there for Galarian Slowbro and that's it. I think the fact that you want to beat them allows them to go into C tier. But it allows them to not be in D or F. But the fact that they're too easy for the most part means that I think they have to go here. I said, I probably should put her here since I have like no experience with her, but I'm pretty sure she's just exactly the same as Eevee outside of being a poison type trainer. Like her plot relevance is exactly the same, and I don't know, like, and I know she's also still an asshole. Which I don't know if May is an asshole in Gen 3. As I think, I feel like May is the same in Aura as compared to Brandon. But I'm not entirely sure why she's here. I think I just put her here because. So yeah, I think that's it for this tier list. I think this is relatively fair, all things considered. Because I think it's very unanimous that people hate the XY rivals just because they do nothing for like the plot. Hold on, if I hit. There we go, I'll just save that. Alright. God, the only problem is I'm terrible at making thumbnails for tier list videos, so... Oh boy! That's gonna be it for this tier list. Let's move on to another one.